Hey, there you guys are. What's up, faithful family? A little bit of a different setup. As you can see, I'm not in the studio, but we still rocking. We wanted to go live. I was on the phone, FaceTiming JB, talking about a few things. I'm like, why not just go live, get this to the people? You know what I'm saying? Let them tap in. It's a lot going on. Obviously, the word I love, right? Obviously, we got the biggest game of the season coming up next weekend. A mega Sunday for the NFL, championship Sunday. So we're super excited and ready to plenty of things to talk about with that. But then the Tom Brady news comes in as well. So it's a lot of NFL news going on. We're gonna break it down. This is the 49365 team. You already know what it is. My name is BMetchy. As always, I'm with JB.
What's poppin', B? What's poppin', faithful? Championship weekend is here, man. It's here. Judgment Day.
Word.
Judgment Day, man. Can we beat them 7 times in a row? 7, not just 7.
Not
That's
one, not two, not three, not four. I wish that I had that soundbite open. Not five.
7, bro.
Hey,
Hey. All right. Let's look like quickly, just to. I know we got but like, all right. Thinking about that concept, right? Like, how you think McVay feels? Like, how you think he feels? Being, just the questions. Is Shanahan in your head? Losing to him 6 times in a row. You got to think his motivation is
I
at
don't
an
think
extra
I
level,
don't
right?
I don't think it mattered until this past time. Because the past time you saw him jumping on the field, doing all that. I feel like him going on the field was like he's already that, jolly lucky happy go guy, like where he's doing all that type of stuff. Like I don't think it's like that's just who he is. I don't think he's like trying to, it's kind of like Salah on the sidelines, how Salah would be doing all that stuff. It's not like I don't think he's trying to just like have the cameras on him and all that, but that's who he is. And I think it just showed, though, in that instance that this game, or I should say that game, meant that much because we ain't never seen him on the field like that before. I mean, there's been times where he's been down the sidelines. What?
When D-Jack caught a bomb when D-Jack was playing with the Rams this year against the Bucks, he caught a bomb and ran through the. It was
Yeah.
like it ran through the, like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's
the
done that.
tunnel. He ran all. McVay ran all the way to the tunnel.
Yep, he did that, and I mean, they're known for having that guy on the sideline that holds him back. I believe that. I mean, I'm sure he has other duties and responsibilities, but one of his main, jobs is to hold McVay back. So, like, it's not like this is just completely out of character, but I think like it just showed to me, just meant a lot. I feel like that game, it meant a lot. And it was an interesting energy. We talked about this on our last episode, the Monday night game. The Rams were kind of they were rolling. Clearly they were in a battle for the number one spot in the NFC West. So they wanted that game, but the game meant so much to us because we were at such a low point in the season. It was pretty much the season then. And then, at the last game we played, it was the season for us. And yes, they still had the division on the line, and yes, they still inevitably won, but they didn't know that the Seattle Seahawks were going to win that game, coming in before the day. So it's not like they were expecting, for them to be the division champions regardless, and so it meant a lot to them to get that game. But at the same time, it's just, I think in the psychology of sports and as an athlete and as a player and just when you have something kind of locked up where the game doesn't matter because you're still going to the playoffs, it just brings like a different energy, like it just has something's off about it. And you saw that. I'm not blaming the fact that they lost on that, but I think it was a factor in the game. This time around, it's going to matter big time. So to your
But I mean,
question,
bro, the way they came out like they had a point to prove. 17-0. They came out like, no, we're
yeah,
done.
they came out, but I think it's also, the look, the textbook generic. If you guys come to us to just hear regurgitated information, then I'll give it to you. The Rams love to pass the ball, and their defense is designed to stop the pass. And so when they're in situations where they need to run the ball, typically in closing out a game, that's why they're susceptible, because they're not as good at running the ball and they're not as good at stopping the run. You would think that like when they're up big, their defense should be able to get guys, and because they're designed to stop the pass, they should be able to pass rush and do all that. But they've been able to give up these big leads, whether it's against us or whether it's against the Bucks, 2 of the last 3 weeks. It's got to be something that's a little bit of a trend, a little bit concerning for them. And there's got to be some sort of, how do you address that? But I do feel like, to your original question, right? What's in Sean McVay's mind? What do I think? is in his mind. I don't think like the first of all, he's beat Shanahan before, right? It's not like he's never beat us. They've beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like they've it's not like they haven't beat us. So
They beat us, but they beat us with Brian Hoyer and like CJ Beathard.
still, he's beat Shanahan, and I know that's you're speaking facts. That's who they beat us with. So not really the biggest accomplishment, but it's not like he's getting the monkey off the back of he's never beat us, right? So he's beat us, and then so I think about the last 6 times. I don't think the first 5 of those mattered that much. I feel like the when it became 6, and it's like, okay, this is a storyline. All right, we got to put to rest. Like I said, that last game was really important. Now coming into this game, again, like it's annoying to keep hearing the 6 and the does he? But I don't think it's like it's not. Shanahan definitely downplayed it in his press conference, and I know they're men. I know they have egos. I know it's human nature, but I just don't feel like it's that big of a deal. It's a big deal because it's the NFC Championship game. It's a big deal because the stakes are what they are. Like I sent you a text and I was tweeting out earlier this week. Like I always periodically watch that NFC Championship game against the Seahawks. I watched it this week, of course, and it's like, bro, like, do y'all realize? And I know we got some comments in there. Definitely tap in with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know what your thoughts are. Faithful,
bro. I got a question though. Real
quick. I just want to finish this NFC Championship game against Seattle. Like, do y'all understand how tense? Like, do you understand what we're going into? Like tomorrow, do you understand like how big this moment is? How big this game is? This championship weekend. I feel like when we played the Green Bay Packers, correct me if I'm wrong, JB, you can give me your thoughts. And I know you have another question. We can get to that too. But when we played the Packers, I didn't feel the same energy when we played the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel the same. It wasn't like, maybe it's because I felt like
when we played the Seahawks the first time. I mean, the NFC Championship.
Yes. Versus when we played the Packers for the NFC Championship. I don't feel like when we played the Packers, I was ready. I was juiced. I was excited. We want to see our team win, of course. But it was like, I don't know. You just don't know what to expect. You don't know. That Seattle game, it's like, it's us against them. We know this team, F this team.
Yeah, that was a little different because even with this right now, Shanahan and McVay are very respectful to each other. Like, there's not like, they still they're respectful. They're still,
but
they're not
like. Would you say the players are respectful? Would you say the players are respectful?
Shanahan and McVay towards each other.
What would you say the players are? Because when you look at the Seattle, San Francisco, that was Richard Sherman, back and forth. That was like, guys would always get hurt. There was a lot of things chirping. Marshall, I remember watching that game. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that to me was more intense because it was like real. I mean, I'm sure there's bad blood in this game, but that was
Jalen Ramsey. You don't think Jalen Ramsey, like in the way that, like how he acts and the way on the field and like the energy they showed.
I don't think it's more. Jalen Ramsey is Jalen Ramsey. Like he's like I don't feel like it's just like it's not like him and Debo are in a battle or it's not. I mean it's football and they're competing. It's the NFC Championship, so. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's gonna be in there like, hey, how you shaking hands, but in terms of
bad comments,
that shit is like overblown.
It is overblown, but I'm just saying that I don't feel like it is. We beat them so many times. Jalen Ramsey's hot, like OBJ. He's new to this thing. Jimmy Ward was talking about that hit. You gotta pay him back. Like I think there's a little more to what you're giving on, man. LA.
No, I'm just saying in comparison to that, I just feel like that was on a different level. The Seattle, Harbaugh, Legion of Boom.
Yeah,
that to me was a different level of we don't like you type. And even with the fan base, it's like I don't even know Rams fans. Seattle fans.
But I think it's because we're on the other side of it though. Like in this scenario, at least, like we're gonna I think the first blood has already been drawn. We're taking over their stadium again. Like the players got to be pissed about that. Like the fans are creating that energy of like making it a cutthroat environment because we're taking over their. This is the NFC Championship game in LA, and there's going to be more 49ers fans there.
Oh, and like I said, bro, I am not saying that it's not a rivalry and that it's not going to be turned up. And I'm not saying that. But I just feel like it was just a different level with Seattle and us back in them days.
Yeah.
And just it just felt like it was a different level of I don't like you and you don't like us and we letting it be known. Like, I mean, the way Sherman would be talking back then and them and Cap, Cap would be talking about, yeah, I'm gonna throw it to the open guy. I don't care who's out there.
Yeah, I don't I didn't remember when I was watching the game and all the times I replayed it, but in the beginning of that game, in the first quarter, Cap threw a pass to Crabtree that Sherman got called for
Holding,
PI, holding
yeah,
on, and he like hit him in the head after that. Did you notice that? I never noticed that before I watched it this week.
Crabtree.
No, Sherman hit Crabtree in the head after the play. He just like hit him in the head. It was like it was. I've never noticed it before. Watched it. I've watched that game so many times. I've never noticed that before. But anyways, I'll have to bring that up while you get into your point. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like what I was about to ask you though. Like, let's say if you was playing basketball against somebody and you had lost to them 6 times in a row,
Mhm,
and then the next time y'all finna play for like $2,000, the stakes
mhm,
is up. You
mhm.
telling me that wouldn't be in your mind? Like, damn, I lost to this dude. Like, I know you like, try to do all the things, but it's like that wouldn't be in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely there. Um, I think I think it goes into the game plan. Like it really becomes like a process versus like, are you going to change what you do? Or are you going to do what you do, but do it better and know who your opponent is? Like, because one of the arguments is like the Rams have just been pretty much going along business as usual. We're almost going to, lose to the Niners 2 times a year. It's going to be a tough game, but like, whatever. We're going to, this formula is working for everybody else. We're going to the playoffs. We're winning a lot of games. Not a big reason to change things, right? Now it's in the NFC Championship game. That team that has been your the monster under your bed during the regular season is now, shown its head in the playoffs. So how are you going to respond to that? Are you going to do what you do typically, or are you going to switch it up? I feel like for us, on the flip side of that, there's no reason for us to switch up what we're doing. I don't think like I don't know. I just don't feel like we're going to come out with like a pass first game plan or try to do. I just feel like we're going to do what we do. Like I don't think that's going to. We're pretty much. It's easy to like kind of know what plays have worked for us, how we've played. Our offense could definitely be better, but I definitely feel like we're not going to try to change too much up in this game. However, we are activating Nick Sudfeld. I don't know if that means anything. People are saying it just for the paycheck, so we can get
That's
paid.
what Matt Mayoko said. It's just to get him a game check.
I feel like that's such a waste. But anyways,
Waste of what?
putting him on the 53,
Yeah.
like put that
We
spot to
we
like
we, we just we just we activated Cannon and
I
Rave
know it's gonna- yeah.
Craycraft.
Mhm. Yep. Craycraft was doing some great celebrations along with Hufunga, for all the special teams plays. So you got to shout out to him. It's funny because, like, they interviewed Huff after the game and stuff, and he came up big on that last drive, being there on Devontae Adams when Aaron Rodgers threw that deep ball. But it's just funny because they interview him after the game, and like, he gets all the glory, not all the glory, but like, they weren't able, I guess, now that the stories come out as the week's gone on, they weren't able to interview Jordan Willis after the game because he didn't want to be interviewed because he wanted the credit to go to the rest of the team and he didn't want to take away from that. So I guess that's why after the game he wasn't available, and during the week he was. But it's just interesting that they interviewed Huff and everything, and like that play, like River Craycraft was right there to take it in for a touchdown as well. It's like he was right there, like they were all right there. And it's just funny how, like, he's the one who picks it up. So he's the one who gets the press conference, and he's the one when it goes down in history and we talk about like that play. It's like River Craycraft's not even on the team next week. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny how like that works out, that aspect of it. But I mean, I was thinking about it. Huff at his press conference, he did say like, "Oh, I really wanted to score on that one. I had to scoop and score. Like we couldn't see the ball, but I heard it, and then I get out there and it's like, bro, how weak would it have been if he just like fell on it?" On some just like secure the ball type stuff and just fell on it. Like
I
how
mean,
weak.
I would have been juiced at the moment. I would have been juiced at the moment. I'd be like, damn, but like I still would have been juiced. But yeah,
Yeah.
would expect if we wouldn't be able to score. Um, but hey, man, all right. So I know I know you probably been watching different things this week.
Yeah.
Two things that I don't know that's just in my mind that like I want to talk to you about.
Mhm.
Um, you know, okay, Chris Sims and Sherman. So
Yeah.
Chris Sims, he, everybody knows who Chris Sims, and he's been watching a lot of film.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, and he's been picking the Niners to win. He picked us over the Cowboys. He picked
Mhm.
us over Green Bay. He
Mhm.
picked the Rams in this one. And
Mhm.
basically, his point was talking about our right side of our O line with I
Mhm.
think Compton, talking
Mhm.
about that, and then just saying that they that the Rams have been playing better, like getting better each time, type figuring it out, and then basically boiling it down to Jimmy G and Stafford, and saying that he trusts Stafford more than Jimmy G.
Mhm.
So there's that, and there's that. He says it's gonna be close, and then you got Sherman, who was very, on his Sherman type vibes, like
Mhm.
really, really passionate, really,
Confident.
really,
Yeah.
really convincing. Like, bro, like what, like no, Niners about to win. Like,
Mhm.
like they didn't have K1, they didn't have Trent Williams, which I'm still, me personally, I'm very concerned about Trent Williams. I don't know, like I don't know if he's gonna step in. Like I don't know. Um, but anyway, Sherman was really convinced about it. Talking about like damn, the fact that they didn't beat us last time, even when they were supposed to beat us last time, that he's making it seem like that's even worse for them, for their mental.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. No K1. No. Yeah. Absolutely.
and Dante Johnson playing safety.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, what are your thoughts on those two? And like I said, I guess Chris Sims. Like, did you see anything? Do you watch Chris Sims?
Real quick, I didn't see too much of Chris Sims. I saw a little bit here and there. They had a lot of content. They have Chris Sims is on like 3 different shows with them, so I've seen bits and pieces of things, but I don't know if I saw everything that you saw. In the Sherman, I saw the clip that you posted on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow at 49x365. That's 49x365 once again. The Sherman, I guess we could start there. First off, I'm a little confused. I haven't been following the Bucks that much this year. Obviously, big news today. Tom Brady, is he retiring? Is he not? We don't know. It's been a crazy news day. And also, there's big news with Harbaugh potentially. I think he's being interviewed for the Vikings job. So that's big NFC news right there as well. Um, you know, what is Sherman's status with the Bucks? Did you know? Like, was he playing with them? Was he active? Was he hurt? Was he like?
No, he
What is
was he was he was he was like on the inactive. He was like in a t-shirt on the playoff game.
okay? Okay, but was he like? Is he with the Bucks team though? Like, is he?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
he's been on the Buck. He was on the
Okay.
sidelines and everything.
Okay. Because I was just, because the Rams just beat the Bucks, so I'm just, wondering if there's any personal bias coming in there. I think Sherman makes
I
good
mean,
choices.
hey, bro, just a little bit of context. Like the last week, because he do these weekly podcasts. The last week, he basically said this is what he said the last week when it was us against the Packers. He was like saying that he thinks that we gonna win, and he basically saying like it's not, like I said, it's not. He said it's not quite like Belichick, but kind of in terms of how Kyle and his assistants and how he really feel like Kyle got an edge over his assistants.
Yeah, I
And he's
mean,
talking about LaFleur in that case, and
look at
McVay.
look what's happened, and then to your point about the basketball analogy at the beginning, that's also what's the analogy there? Like you have an older brother, and he has like 4 younger brothers, and none of them could beat him. It's not just like you in the sixth time and going for 2,000 now. It's like he just played your other older brother, right? Who was older than you because the Packers were a better seed, right? Who was like a little bit better player, and he just beat him, right? And now he's playing you after he beat you 6 times in a row. And now it's for $2,000, right? That's like the full analogy there because it's like it's not just McVay, it's also LaFleur, as Stephen A. Smith would say, LaFleur. You know what I'm saying? So I think on the Sherman's, to me, Sherman's talking more about game plan. He's also talking about the mentality and those sort of things. But he's talking about matchups and all these things. It seems like from what you're saying, Chris Sims primarily talking about, yeah, they played better each time, but he's talking more so about like, I just think it's their time now. They can't, it doesn't seem like he's talking as much about game plan. He said he brought the point about Tom Compton in the right side of our offensive line. I don't know how fair of a point that is because, I mean, look, he did bring up that the Rams are getting a little bit healthier on the defensive line. They had some guys there, and that may be a factor in this game. I feel it. I just think like it's not about what do we always say about Michael McGlinchey? Because I think it's somewhat true for Tom Compton too. Good in the run, not good in the pass, right? And I think that that's probably the same for Tom Compton. Yeah, you can see him get beat and he's one-on-one when he's going against a Von Miller type player, like for sure. But it's like, are we going to be in those situations or are we going to be with him running the ball going right at those players, right at Von Miller, right at Aaron Donald? And it's so crazy for me to talk with so much confidence and to have my chest out in a situation talking about those Hall of Fame players because they're such great players. But like we've seen this before. That's why it's not like I think we do have that psychological edge with us getting some guys back on the defensive side of the ball and possibly on the offensive side of the ball with Trent Williams. We'll see how it goes with the ankle sprain and whatnot. But I feel confident. I feel confident. I feel confident. I'm more on the Sherman side on things with this one. But I think I could see us losing the game too. I don't just feel like, oh, we're gonna win by anything could happen in these
I
games,
mean,
right?
of
There's not,
course. I mean, like I was telling you before we got on this podcast, man, it's sports. So it's like it's sports. Like
yeah, I just feel
sports is
like the
not
biggest
all.
edge. I think like psychologically though, the edge for us is I feel like we're playing with house money in the sense that the Rams, they bring in Stafford. They already got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Your pressure is to win a Super Bowl, period. Like that's for Stafford, for you, that's your pressure. Sean McVay, you've lost 6 times in a row. You can't beat him. The whole team, I don't know who put the directive out to, only sell tickets to the LA area, but that probably came, let's say it came from the owner. That's the owner saying, "Look, I spent all this money with the stadium, and we got the Super Bowl coming, and all this, and we can't even get home fans for this game. Are you kidding me? Like, no, we got to do whatever we can. You guys need to be as creative as possible. Whatever strategy you need to make. Like, if you want to get a raise and you want to go from this level to this level in this company, then figure out how we can make this all Rams fans. Like, whether
Like,
that's
bro,
coming from
you
the
can't,
owner."
bro. There's no way around it.
I
Like,
know, I
you
know,
know,
but KD, I'm
there's
saying
more.
somebody
There's more.
made that, but somebody made that a point to do, right? It's either coming from the owner or it could have been coming from Sean McVay saying, "Look, this is ridiculous. We have to have home." Like, regardless of who is thrown off by that, that's adding more pressure because it's going to be just 49ers fans there. And so, in that sense, it's like, okay, all of our fans are here. We've lost to this team 6 times. They just beat us with players that were injured and they were doing different things on defense that they're not going to be doing this time around. I feel like there's so many, just check the box. Stafford versus Goff. There's so many things that you can point to where like all the pressure is on them, and it's going to be us. It's going to be a road game, but we have the benefit of having a lot of fans there. It's just I think the stars align for all those intangible things on our favor, and we've been there before. I know the Rams have been there
Hey,
before.
hey,
But we've been there
I agree
before.
with everything you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying. It's just, you know, I feel you. I feel
There's no
you. I
buts.
guess,
There's no buts. We still gonna lose, but all those things are
yeah,
true that I said.
exactly. That's all I'm saying. We still could lose.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I mean,
like,
we still can lose, and I'd rather be in that position than like, I don't know. Like, yeah, we still can lose, but I'm confident, and it's okay to be like, yeah, I'm confident. We definitely can still lose this game, but I'm not coming into this game like hell. Like, I feel like we're gonna do what we do. We should do what we do. I know what to expect. I'm excited. It's gonna be a pressure-filled
expect
game,
the
championship game.
unexpected.
I expect to win. I
Expect the
expect to win.
unexpected. And then another key thing about these games,
Everything
is
unexpected, fam.
that everybody playing so hard where it's like, who's going to win the battle of attrition? Because,
You get 2 weeks. This is
huh?
it. This is the last game of the season. This is it. You give everything for this, and then you have 2 weeks to
I
fresh.
know I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like just who's getting taken out this game, literally in body bags.
I mean, that again, it's hard to even get into that. But I would think that. I mean, we always in the Seattle games always had some players go out. I was looking at that, like I said, watching that championship game this week, and they had a lot of players went out too, in that game. But we had Upati go out. There's plenty of players that went out in that game for us. And I think about our previous games against
Michael James with the
Michael
he's
James
hurt
went out.
after he
Yeah.
fumbles.
Yeah, I don't think in the past times we've played the Rams have there been a lot of in-game injuries. I don't think there's been too many. Tart went out briefly in that game, but it wasn't like a play where
Yeah,
like
we
him
had
and
to we bro Huff went out that game too, week 18. That's the crazy part.
what was it like a significant? Did he just
Who,
go out, or was it like a hit that he?
Hufanga? No, I mean, no, it wasn't like it was. I mean, it
I'm
was
talking about like the Trenton Cannon plays in Seattle, where it's like
no, yeah, no, it wasn't like that. I was just kind of more so to the point of like, man, we was really banged up in the secondary during the game. Like,
yeah.
Hufanga out, Tart out. We
So yeah,
already down K'Wan.
we can't really predict injuries and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a factor in the game, but I feel like if you want it, all things considered, we're the quote unquote more physical team. Guys should be going out on their end more than they should be on our end. But it's hard to even say that. So, but if you're going to bring up that as a point, then I'm not worried about that either. Just not worried about that. Not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a part of the unexpected. It's a part of just the what's the word? The things you can't put the finger on. Like, it's like I don't like it's just
Yeah,
the unexpected.
exactly.
Um,
Unexpected.
what I'm finna say? Did you watch any like Rams interviews this week?
I actually didn't. I watched their media. I watched their trailer. Again, I'm just saying, even from their media side of things, they're very fixated on the fact that this is the night. Like their whole marketing about this game is like, we let them in, let's take them out.
Right,
Like
right.
it's all about let's protect our house and let's last time 6 times in a row we're not worried about that, we're worried about 56, the number of like
Right, right.
the whole thing is about us. Like we contain all of their mental space right now. And I get it, that's just their marketing and stuff like that. But to me, again, it's just putting pressure on that team against specifically us. Like this is the team they do not want to play. And I know it's always big as this NFC championship game. I get it. It's always a huge deal. Winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl, period. But I do think that
It's so
given
crazy,
the
bro.
but I do think that given the circumstance that the Super Bowl is going to be at SoFi Stadium, okay, given the circumstance that there's plenty of things to do in LA and their whole, all the decisions, all the moves that they've made, it seems to be short-term focus on it's really important for us to win and win now because there's a whole generation of 49ers fans, Cowboys fans, Raiders fans that we need to, bring into this new era of Rams football, take over the city, make sure that the youth growing up have a team to kind of go for, that we're a championship team alongside the Lakers, alongside the Dodgers. Like there's so much pressure from that aspect of it, right, on this game for the Rams. And so, all those things considered with their marketing, with everything, I just feel like we win this game. Yeah, you're talking about winning the last 6. None of those were playoff games, right? All these rivalries really get made in the playoffs. We win this game and it's 7 in a row and all those sort of things. God, man, like this is like this is huge.
All right. Hey, check this out, man. Check this out. I want to ask you a question. Don't get mad at me, but I'm just asking a question. So let's say, right, like if we take the L, I know I don't, negative thoughts, whatever, but whatever. We not playing, like you said, we're not even playing. If we take the L, like how you gonna feel?
I mean, of course, it
Like,
depends on how it goes.
yeah, it depends on the game, but like, I mean, okay, like, take the.
I think my silver lining would be that we'll probably be able to safely move on from Jimmy, which is a silver lining for me. Like I feel like if we do go to the Super Bowl, like one of the possible drawbacks of that is like Jimmy G coming back next year, which there could be. I don't think that's necessarily the worst thing ever. Like I just would prefer for Trey to. I feel like it's one of those things for me where like we're not taking full advantage of having a rookie quarterback by having also a veteran quarterback that we're paying, where we could put that money elsewhere. Like that was one of the benefits of having Trey, let alone his actual play and potential and all those sort of things, right? So to me, if we're going to have Jimmy, like I think this opens the door if we win for Jimmy to come back. So I think if we lose, then maybe it kind of opens the door for him to be moving on. And I think there's benefits to that. There could be negatives to that too. I mean, Aaron Rodgers sat 2 years. It's not the most unprecedented thing, but I think that's to me the biggest thing is like the Jimmy resolution. In terms of how I feel. In terms of how I feel, and like this. We're
like I guess how does, like you said, it does depend on the game. But like, how disgusted would you
I'm not
feel?
gonna feel disgusted, fam. That's you.
That's what I'm asking.
I'm not gonna feel disgusted. I'm not, because like I already said, like I feel like we already overachieved.
House money.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jesse Naylor. I already feel like we overachieved. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like at this point in the season, like I didn't even know if we were going to be a playoff team. Look, we were 3 or 5 sitting there. The Rams pretty much gave us life on that Monday Night Football. We go through the rest of the season. We still had some down points. The Arizona Cardinals game. I mean, there's been a few times this year, and I know it's faithful. You guys can have the same sort of reciprocal feelings. Like there's been plenty of times that depending on what you have in your house, things got broken. I mean, the Seattle game at home. I remember I had to go outside, take a lap. Like I was just so pissed off, for the fumble that Cannon, that game. Like the Packers game, I broke the actual. I'm not wearing it right now, but the necklace that I had, I actually broke that necklace. It was a gold necklace that I got, man. I broke that, right?
When did you burn the Garoppolo jersey?
I didn't burn the Garoppolo jersey. You out here putting false news, man. We can get to that. We'll get to that. So the next 2 things, right? The Cardinals game. I don't know what I did. I think I channeled that in a positive way. I did some push-ups. I think I maybe like did a few just different exercises and things of that nature. So I think it was like channeled in a positive way, but still the same level of frustration. If there was something in front of me, I probably would have broke it.
Hold on, bro. So you telling me you did all that for these games, but for this game, you would be like, "Oh, I'm not tripping."
Yes, because at this point, and so then we go to the Titans game.
Bro, we this close to the Super Bowl? Are you talking about you finna be like stealing? We this close.
I think it was the
This
Titans.
close.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, you want me to get, I'm just telling you how I feel. Like I'm pretty much steadfast in my approach, but I think it was the Titans game where the jersey
That's
was
when
thrown away.
I kicked the chair for sure that game.
Yeah, the Titans game, I think is when I threw my Jimmy G jersey away, and it wasn't like on a negative. I know that sounds terrible, but like my whole thought process was like, he's not going to be on the team next year. Like after the Titans game, he's not going to be on the team next year. Like, what's the point of having this jersey? When I rocked that, when I rocked that cap jersey, this is like inside out and stuff, but it's a cap jersey. Just imagine it, number 7. When I rocked that cap jersey, like Cap did a lot of great things for us, and you could say Jimmy G has too. But Cap also has another significance now, so it's like you can rock this jersey. It's like the Cap jersey is like a special jersey now, which I got this way before.
It's a symbol.
It's a symbol, right? So there's another reason to keep it. But the Jimmy jersey is like, I mean, and we were a former player's jersey all the time. People who have Jeff Garcia jersey, but I just feel like why? Like it's like like I don't see the point of having that. So that's why I threw it away. But to get to your point, we get to the playoffs finally. The game in LA, which I really wish I had my Jimmy G jersey for that game, because I just feel like, he did some bad things, but hey, he made you proud to throw it up and rep it one time. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, felt like we made the playoffs on some just thank God we're here. Yeah, I want to see us. I definitely want to win a game, but I feel like the way the season went, we weren't even supposed to be here. Then we beat the Cowboys, beat the Packers in the way that we did. And I still feel like many fans were underperforming on the offensive side. Jimmy G's making these mistakes, and we're still winning despite them. Josh Allen is sitting at home, maybe at the beach, maybe he's in Mexico, maybe he's I don't know where. Maybe he's got a view. He probably don't even have the view like I have right now. I got a great view. Let me come outside real quick so y'all can see this view one time. But Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying, is sitting at home. Y'all see that? Beautiful.
There you go, vibes.
Yeah, San Diego vibes. You know what I'm saying? Had to get a nice little Airbnb situation for the fiance's birthday. I'll be back tomorrow for the game though. Not going, but I'll be in LA. But I just feel like when you look at Josh Allen sitting at home, playing video games with his lady, doing whatever he's doing, man, and Jimmy G still in the playoffs. Look, man, I'm not gonna say I expect us to win this game. I hope that we win the Super Bowl. But if we do end up losing the game, however which way it goes, I'm going to say Shanahan got my respect. I've changed my opinion on him from how things were going earlier in the season. I would have done things differently, but the way he did it his way worked. So I can't knock him because we got to this point, made a championship run. It makes having Jimmy G as a starting quarterback worth it. Because you can't, let's say we didn't make the playoffs. What the hell was the point of starting Jimmy G? We should have played Trey. If we went deep in the playoffs, right? So it's like Trey has he's been able to see a winning team. I don't really agree. I think it would have been better for him to just play, but still, you can't argue that being in this environment, seeing this winning culture, he's very, very, very young. I look at everything from the lens of what's best for Trey. And the fact that, yes, I didn't want him to be on the bench, but we did actually go this far. Regardless if we win or lose, that is still successful. That process is still successful. John Lynch and Shanahan were able to parlay their whole situation and do everything. Keep Jimmy, have Trey on the bench. He started 2 games. We have to see him a little bit. There's a lot of positives that come out from this season, which I didn't think was a Super Bowl, season to begin with. So that's why I'm not going to be, hugely disappointed. But if Jimmy G throws a game away and stuff, it's gonna be frustrating if it's one of those type of games. But that's who he is. I can't be super that's who he is though. He's both sides on that.
No, so. I feel it. I mean, when it's when we get to this point, man, we so close where it's like, I know we didn't have these expectations. It's definitely not at 3-5. Nowhere. We was like, what? What play? All that, but we here right now, and it's like, bro, it's kind of surreal to know that we this close, and it doesn't happen all the time. So it's like, man, this is an opportunity, and then the Rams, if we lose to the Rams, it's gonna be a nasty feeling for me because I'm a what's the word? It's like, bro, they too close to us. Why? I get maybe a NFC West hater. I'm definitely an NFC West hater, especially now with the Rams rivalry. It's like, man, y'all going instead of us. I don't like that. I don't like that. Damn, I was eating this banana, but yeah, man. No, because you seen the Belly?
What you talking about?
You seen Belly the movie?
Yeah, of course.
You know when bro was eating a banana and them dudes pulled off, he's like, man, I don't like that shit. I don't like
Right,
that.
right,
But
right.
I don't like that shit. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna like it, bro. I'm not gonna like it, but you know, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I love it. I love where we're at. I love it. I can't believe we're here. But it's just like, bro, I want
Well, I think to your
but
point about being so close, and that's why you would be disappointed because you didn't expect it. Like in terms of my energy, it's like I didn't expect it, but we're here now. And you don't always get this chance. When you're there, you got to seize it. I get that point. What I would say is that we've been in situations, whether it was playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl, even playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which were a lot like I was a lot more scared in that situation just because you're going against Pat Mahomes and the
right,
great Mahomes and everything like that. But I had more expectations of winning in those seasons, just how the season went, not the beginning of the season with the 2019, but how the season went. I had more expectations of winning, coming into these games like let's go, like let's win, right? And I think like I'd much rather be in the position of that we're in now, where it's like at least from my energy of. I mean, we're playing with house money. I feel like we're the underdogs for a reason. We're the 6th seed. Like, there's no real pressure on us. I still hopeful that we win. I even expect us to win this game, but it's like it's a different energy with it. Like it's not like such a tense like we have to win this game. And I think when you're in that situation as a team, I'd prefer the situation because we know as 49ers fans, again, going back to the loss to the Ravens, going back, you can even say for me, the NFC Championship game against the Seahawks, we were
I
the
mean that
better
was
team,
brutal, bro.
in my
That
opinion.
was the worst one.
We were the better team, though. I feel like you can. I know they beat us, whatever. Yeah, it's definitely a toss up. But I'm saying like we were the better team, right? And I feel like
I wouldn't say we were better than them Seahawks.
just let me finish my point. We were the better team. This is my opinion. My mindset is we were the better team. And when you are the better team in these situations where you're coming into these big time games and whatnot, you have that pressure and that expectation. And we've seen firsthand that just being a better team in this sport of the NFL, in basketball where it's a 7-game series, maybe even in baseball where it's a 7-game series, the better team more times than not is probably going to win. There's no question about it. You're playing each other. Like
Hey,
the better team's going to
hey,
win.
I think I know what you're saying though. I
But
think I
in
know what you're
this
saying.
situation, the better team doesn't always win.
Hey,
And to
bro,
me,
I think I know what you're saying though.
to me,
Could
that's a
would you
benefit.
say
To me, that's a benefit for us because it's
I
like
feel you.
we don't even need to be the better team. We're the underdog, and I feel like we're the perfect underdog team. We have the perfect archetype for that. We have an experienced coach. We have an experienced team that's been there, but we're the underdogs. And I feel like this is
Hey,
the
hey,
perfect situation for us to undertake everybody, sneak up behind them, and do what we gotta do. Go ahead.
hey. So when you say better team,
Yes.
like I think how I look at that is when you talk about them Seahawks Niner years, I feel like maybe we had more at that point. And even with the Ravens, I mean, even though no, they had stars too, but like just we maybe at the with the Niners Seahawks, I feel like we had bigger names at that point. Like like Crabtree was a bigger name receiver than Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse. You know, I feel like them. I don't know. Maybe
That's the
like with
first person you want to start off with. I mean, we have Bowman, Willis,
no,
all
no,
these.
no. I know, but like, no, I'm just saying, like, yeah, we have Bowman Willis, but I'm just saying, like, just thinking about the example of like, okay, yeah, we have a bigger name receiver, but that don't mean that he playing better than them. You know, playing better than that don't mean he's better than Doug Baldwin right now. Like, you know, Kaepernick, damn, there was a bigger name than Russell Wilson at that time. You could argue because Cap went to the Super Bowl before, and Russell was like, you know, so Cap might have been a bigger name, or you know, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe we had
No,
bigger names, but
no, nah, bro.
bigger.
I think if you even thought about it, you would agree that we were the better team. If you even thought about it,
That
I think
Niners team, how is
yes.
we the better team, bro? We got blew out by them.
Blow out? What do you mean? The
We
NFC
got blown
Championship game?
out by that Seahawks team earlier in the year.
Whatever. Earlier in the year, like
I'm
whatever.
just saying though, but like, what? So how could we be the better team,
Because we had better players and we had more experience, and I think
bro?
we were the better
Hold on,
team.
you gonna make me go down to a rabbit hole. They had. Okay, let's look at safeties. They
Okay.
won. Let's look at corners. They
I
won.
mean, okay, yeah, they won, overall, like it wasn't like our safeties were bad though. I just want to say that it wasn't like our safeties
No,
were
I
bad.
know, but they had Chancellor and
I know, no, I
Thomas.
get it, but I'm just saying you're making it
Well,
seem like
Eric Reed, and Whitner, like
okay,
you know, they was solid, but that's a different level.
okay, yeah, I agree with you, but yeah, they weren't like they were bad. Go ahead
I
though.
didn't say they were bad. I'm saying who better. Like I'm just saying who's
Okay,
better.
fine.
So they won safeties.
Mm-hmm.
We won linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Corners
Bobby Wagner is a stud, he's
coming up.
no
Yep.
he's
You're talking about Willis and Bowman. Bowman could have won
Willis and
Defensive
Bowman.
Player of the
Yeah,
Year.
we won. We won.
Bowman could have won Defensive Player of the Year that year.
Huh?
Bowman could have won Defensive Player of the Year that year.
Yeah, we won. Like I said,
Line,
corners they won.
yeah.
Running back they won.
Hold
Quarterback
on, line. You didn't even finish the defense. Line, the defensive line.
line is. I mean, Alden. We got Alden.
I'm saying we won that, bro. Justin Smith,
We,
even all the run stoppers that we had, Dorsey, McDonald, like, come on now, like we
I know
won.
they had Cliff Averill, Bennett,
Bennett's.
huh?
They had Bennett's. They had Bennett's, who's a
Lee
beast.
Bang.
I think we won that. You think they won?
I'm not. No, I ain't saying they won, but I feel like that's a that's a kind of I mean, they got hella pressure and shit. Like I don't know, but I mean, I guess we could maybe give it to the D line, but offense. Let's go offense.
Okay.
Quarterback, they won. Like we come. Let's be real. Running back, they won. Like I respect Frank, but it's different.
Well, it's not just. I think running back, it's running game. I prefer to say, but I got you.
Running game, running back, however you want to call it. Marshawn and like Marshawn got a touchdown that game, like a 40-yarder. They won running back. Wide receivers, they win.
I don't think Anquan Bolden.
Anquan Bolden straight, but
I would. I understand
as a group, as a collective group.
I understand what you're saying in retrospect and like looking at it like it was because they were upcoming and the Dion thing about their average, whatever. But I do like Anquan Bolden and crap. I don't know, like just how you said about it's a toss up with the defensive line. Like, did they win receiver? I don't know if they won. They had a better quarterback.
Okay. Well,
even with the running game, like Cap was out there. I mean, I don't even want to throw that shit in, but Cap was out there. I don't know. If the running game.
Cap was making plays, but
he had 100 yards in the first half of the NFC Championship game.
Huh?
He had 100 yards in the first half of the NFC Championship game.
He was making plays, but at the end of the day, he almost threw like 3 picks in the. He did not almost. He threw like how many picks did he throw in the fourth quarter?
I don't know. 2. Could have done 3, 2.
Exactly. So it's.
No, I guess we already said Russell Wilson was a better quarterback. We already gave that to him. I'm just saying.
Okay, so you got the better quarterback. That's already a huge leap because that's just the most important position.
Right.
You got the better running game. You got the better running back. You got we had the better tight end, but what's his name? Davis was eliminated versus Seattle.
Okay, but that's okay, fine. But that's still a part. Is that not like so we just want to take it out? Like you can say like, oh, they're running. Like you can't do that. Like we have.
I feel you, but I feel you. But what did Vernon Davis ever do against Seattle?
Offensive line, us. Don't even think our offensive line was better.
Yeah, sure.
Like that's not part of the game. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, and so now
I'm saying, but like, okay, is offensive line is a part of the game, but who ran the ball? Like, who was able to run the ball and get explosive off runs?
Okay, so that's a whole team effort. That's the offensive line and that's the running back. There's different aspects to that.
I guess I know.
And Cap was able to pop off. I'm not saying it's just offensive. They held up like when it came to the pressure somewhat. It wasn't like they were just getting off. So, anyways, I'm just saying like you're gonna have your opinion. You think Seattle was better? They beat us, so obviously like that in the record books and stuff, they're the better team. I just think that the point I'm making is that the better team can lose. Like you're in your mind, the way your philosophy is, whoever's at the top at the end wins. That's the best team. No debates, nothing to argue. You're the top. You won the games. You're the better team. I don't look at things that way, bro. I don't look at things that way in sports, especially.
I didn't say that.
It's a one-game series. Well, okay. Well, it seemed like that was the philosophy you're making. Like,
my philosophy. I was
look at that Bills Chiefs game. Same thing. Like, are you just gonna unequivocally say that the Chiefs are better than the Bills?
I didn't say that. Like, first of all, my point was I feel like a lot of times when people say better team didn't win, it's like maybe you thinking a better team is like the bigger names. That was my point. Like people associate bigger names with being better. That was my point.
Okay. Well, whatever. I'm not those people. So I don't associate those bigger names. I just felt like we were a better team. And I feel like in the Super Bowl against the Baltimore Ravens, I also felt like we were the better team. I feel like that one's a little less debatable, but I mean, they won the game. So you can, say what you want to do, but I do feel like we were the better team. And I feel like in this situation, although we have a comparable team, similar to our Seahawks Niners breakdown that we were just given, although we have a comparable team to the Rams, to the Chiefs, to the Bengals, but 2 of which those teams that we've already beat this year, like we've beat the Rams twice. There's only 3 teams that we can potentially play. Well, we already know we're playing 1 for sure, but then 2 teams potentially for the Super Bowl, right? We've already beat one of those teams. Like, so in terms of like thinking that we're like, we've already proven that in terms of just at least the confidence for ourselves that we can beat these guys, right? That's a huge aspect of it, right? And the Chiefs, like, yeah, we haven't played them since the Super Bowl. We played them in the preseason. Maybe need to play Trey Lance, do one of them short field bombs if we get to that point. I don't want to talk ahead, but just talking about our future opponents. The point I'm making is that I think you can make the argument because we are the 6th seed that we are the underdog. You can make the argument because of Jimmy G having the worst quarterback,
Yeah, Jimmy G.
which is a huge factor. Even how much you guys want to say how much you love him, he still is unequivocally of all these quarterbacks. And you can even say that you would rather have Jimmy over Stafford. I'm not going to get mad at you. You can even say you'd rather have Jimmy over Burrow for these playoffs and for these games, not for the future and stuff, but for these playoffs and for these games. I'm not going to be mad at you. But I'm saying it's going to be hard for me to say that you can say that Jimmy's better than those guys. There's plenty of times throughout the year, whether we're playing a team like a Kirk Cousins or, sometimes even like Dak Prescott, where I'm like, I feel like those are the better quarterbacks, but I would rather have Jimmy just in the strength of like what he's done for our team, the camaraderie, the intangibles, everything for this team and up to this point. Like, so it's just, I that's my opinion on it. We're the underdog team, and I feel like that's a fine thing because we know in this sport the best team doesn't always win. And I feel like this is a season where like I like this experience a lot more than 2019 or a lot more than the year we lost to the Ravens or the NFC Championship game to the Seahawks. So I like where we're at. I like this position.
I mean, yeah, man, we in we one game away. We are one game away from
my guy Billy D guy says the anticipation for the game tomorrow is quite high.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Hey,
understatement.
Yeah, it's fairly pointing up.
I mean, honestly, this how I am right now, man. Like I catch myself taking a shower. Like honestly, I feel like if I did a percentage in my mind, I feel like throughout the day, I'm thinking about this game damn near all day long.
Bro, we be on the same like, and I hate saying this. The lady ain't here right now, but it's like I'm out here in San Diego enjoying this, trip. It's my my fiance's birthday. It was her birthday yesterday, so we out to San Diego, did all that, and we had this beautiful view. She actually is taking classes here in San Diego. She's going to be traveling up here to a farm school. She's learning how to like farm, which is hella dope. So she got a farm school for the next all the weekends on Saturdays until March. And so, I wanted to be here for her first one, drive her here and all those sort of things. And, she's not even here right now. She's at the class, so it doesn't even matter. But, it's like you said, in the shower, in the bathroom, and I'm driving. I'm hella tired. It's been a long week for me, man. Long week of work, man. I'm driving to San Diego last night. I'm super tired. But then, like, every time I just started thinking about the game, I started waking myself up. I'm like, how is it really going to play out? Like, what is going to happen? It's like there's nothing you can do but be patient and just wait for it to come. Just wait for it to come.
Bro, we're about 24 hours away.
Yeah, exactly. 2:49 right now. And I do not think that is a coincidence. So I think that, I'm feeling confident, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great. And this game, I ain't gonna lie. There's one thing that's like really killing me about this game. I'm not gonna lie. So I just told you, it's the lady's birthday. It was her birthday on Friday, right? So when we get back to LA, she's gonna have the family come through. They're gonna cook some food for her at the house. So it's not going to be a typical, before the games, I'm out here slapping.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm usually before the games, I'm out there slapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there getting all like, I've been some wine. You know what I'm saying? Lately, been having my glass for two, get the music going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, this is a personal experience, bro.
I live in LA, so I gotta go outside. I gotta just survey the scene on the block, let the neighbors know. We got the Rams fans over there, the Seahawks fans over there. We got all different types of fans. I gotta survey the block in my gear, you know what I'm saying? Let them know. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do all those things before the game, during the game. I'm cussing, you know what I'm saying? I'm yelling, I'm all these things, right? And I think for this game, like her family's gonna be there, you know what I'm saying, cooking and stuff, like who don't give a damn about football. And it's like I don't want to be seen as a crazy person, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
exactly, but it's so hard. How could you, bro? This is the biggest game. What?
And I'm about to be like antisocial, you know what I'm saying? Which is like another thing I don't want to be perceived as, but it is what it is. I'm just going to be watching that game intensely, just like I don't know what's going to happen. And they got the anyways.
Damn, bro. So you about to be in the living room watching the game?
She was saying she wanted me to go. She's like, you can go to the studio. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be delayed if I go there and watch it on some street. Like, no, I gotta watch it. I have to watch it in the living room. I'm not watching this game. I was like, Carla, this is the Super Bowl. Like this is the Super Bowl. This is like the biggest. This is like I don't know how to explain this. You know what I'm saying? This is like the biggest game. But it's her birthday, so it's like it's not like this is her birthday. You know what I mean? So it's a interesting situation.
Man.
But like Billy D Guy said, man, the anticipation for tomorrow's game is quite high. It
Too
is
high,
quite
man.
high.
Each game is crazy though. Each playoff game, it just gets. I like last week. I was just like, bro, like I'm ready for this. The Cowboys game, the Cowboys week, that was crazy too. Like none of these, both the previous playoff games, Cowboys, Packers, like it's been like this is it. Yeah. And now we here playing against these Rams, man. I just like you said, I just wonder how we're gonna come out. And it's
I wonder if Cannon's gonna play on kick return.
Man, put Debo back there. If you don't put Debo back there right now,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just be so concerned about Debo getting hurt. It's like how much more do you have? But this is it, and then after that we have 2 weeks, and this is pretty much it.
I mean, it's like, bro, like, shit. If that's the case, then don't put him at running back.
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, we got Debo back there, and then I just how we're gonna come out. I feel like the pressure's on them. That's how I feel.
Yeah, man, and it's like I know we're gonna be dialed in, locked in. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. But the fact that they went up 17-0 on us last time, like I just feel like we're aware of that, and like we're not gonna want to do that again.
Exactly. That bodes well for us.
Right.
Not only did we win the game and have that psychological advantage, but there's plenty of coaching points to be like, we could have easily lost this game. They're a good, like, you know what I'm saying? We have all that too. So I just feel like everything, I just haven't really heard too many things to make me not very confident in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Like I haven't heard like
let's go down that road. Let's go down that road.
Huh?
Let's go down that road right quick.
Okay, the only thing is Trent Williams that I've heard. That's the only thing. And even with that, it's like, it's not ideal, but we won last time. Like we literally won last time. I know it's like hard to do it, but like we literally won 3 weeks ago when we didn't have Trent Williams.
I feel you, but like
there's no but. There's no but.
No, there is a but. There is a but. There is a but. Last time we low-key got lucky last time. Let's keep it solid.
God. Like in terms of what? Specifically with Trent Williams, in terms of what? What do you mean? Like we're able to run the ball. We didn't even run the ball crazy. We were able to run the ball, do what we did. Like where is Trent Williams' absence so sorely felt in that game?
No, what you mean, bro? I mean, that's Trent Williams right there, man. Like that's Trent Williams, bro. Like
my point is we won. My point is we won.
Hey, on them backside runs and everything, them dudes is on the ground all the time.
No, I feel it. And McKivitz had a false start. They were saying, like they said in the press conference after the game, like he wasn't playing that good. Like they were saying that. But my point is, like we won, we scored points. We did like I don't feel like it was just like, oh, that left side of the off, it was just terrible. Like we couldn't.
No, I mean, okay. We weren't. He wasn't.
I would rather have. I preface with saying that's the one point where I'm like, fuck, we don't have Trent. But my counter to that is we literally just. I'm not saying it's ideal, but we've done it before, just recently. It's not like
I get it. I get it. We beat LA with Nick Mullins. You feel me? So I get it. Like we can do it. We can do it.
Nick Mullins was with Jared Goff. Nick Mullins was with Jared Goff. There's a lot of other circumstances in that, and it was not pretty. We had a lot of turnovers. We got a lot of turnovers. It was kind of
I was looking at the highlights though. We was really up that game though.
Yeah, but that's that Mostert effect though, man. Like Mostert. I did watch those old games too, and it's like, man, Mostert.
Yeah, Mostert raw. He was.
That's just an element.
I'm gonna kind of be like, bro, like Debo really been raw, like always.
Yeah,
raw.
He has, but Mostert adds even with Debo, like Mostert is so fast, bro. He's so fast. It's like the element that he brings.
He is.
JB. Mostert and Verrett went out the first game of the season. Like it couldn't have been injuries where it was like, oh, a 12-week injury or a 15-week. Like Cam Akers is back, bro. We can't get fucking. That shit is so weak, bro. Imagine if we had Mostert, a healthy Mostert, in a game like this.
Hey man, hey, check this out though. We got. I don't want to jinx him. But we got Steady Eddie
knocking on.
Huh?
Yeah,
yeah, man. Elijah, bro. Elijah he nowhere near explosive, but I just like the way he plays
Goes
and that he
forward.
don't give up the rock.
Yeah.
Mostert at times would give up the rock.
It wasn't like a big issue with Mostert, but yeah, I
Bro,
feel like
Mostert gave up the rock, bro.
how many?
And
I feel like Jeff Wilson gives up. That's why he doesn't
well,
play.
yeah, Jeff Wilson gave up the rock too.
Yes,
That's
Jeff
why
Wilson
in
gives
that
up the
game he
rock.
fumbled too.
Yes, Jeff Wilson gives up the rock, but Mostert
That's why
also.
Shanahan not playing him. That's why.
I think that's why he's not playing him. Nobody talks about that, but I feel like that's why because he fumbles.
Yeah,
Um,
man, and the fact that Elijah Mitchell, he's pretty explosive. He's a hard runner, and he just like it's like, bro, you're not getting it. Like I said, knock on wood, you're not getting this ball from. You're not taking this ball away from him though,
yeah,
which is very impressive, and it's very impressive. But yeah, man. I mean, but just watching Debo in those games, I'll be like, damn, like Debo
yeah.
really.
Mostert had one fumble in 2020. He had one fumble in 2019. He had one fumble in 2018 and one fumble in 2017.
He had one fumble in 2020,
Yes,
2019.
yes. He had one fumble every year for 2020, 19, 18.
Okay, well
Four
that's
career fumbles.
fumbling. I know
Bro,
it's not hella fumbling
bro,
issues,
bro, it's not like I mean, come on now. It's not like
but
he's
I'm
just
saying like I could remember Mostert fumbling though. That's my point.
okay. No,
Like I
yeah, yeah.
remember him fumbling. I remember him
Bro,
fumbling.
he adds an element to our offense that is that we don't even with all that Debo's doing. Like, imagine having Debo and Mostert. Like Mostert. I mean, I'm saying
I
like
get it.
we're playing,
I
we're
get
doing
it.
well. We're doing well with the way that we have it. Mitchell going like everything. I'm with it. But Mostert, like y'all, don't be
My
like,
my
oh,
point is this though. But look, we
he's
weren't using Debo. We weren't using Debo the way we might not be utilizing Debo the way we are now. And Debo
without
might
him
not
getting
be
hurt, fine. But with him coming back, it would be another element. I'm just saying that we need
right.
that
Oh,
element.
him coming
Like,
back, yeah.
if I could, like, honestly, I don't care if it was a first round running back, a second. If we could draft a running back that had that speed factor like that, I would think it'd be a worthy pick as long as they don't fumble in
I
the,
mean, yeah, there's not
I
too many of them type of guys.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, the
Because
point
Elijah
is,
Mitchell was supposed to run 4.3. So,
I know,
you
but
know,
no, I get it. But I'm just the point I'm making is like it's an element that before running backs aren't valued. I feel like looking at our team, we always thought in the middle of the season like, oh, we need a corner, we need a corner, we need a corner. Fine, you can draft an edge if there's one available where we're drafting, whatever free agency, whatever the case is. But those are the positions. Like get an edge or get a corner. I honestly feel like the way that the season has transpired and looking back at some of that old Monster stuff right now, at least I feel like one of the main things, like top two at least, is like getting a speed element in that running game. I don't like move off of Trey Sermon if you think he's not the guy, whatever. That's fine. But like I just feel like we need that element of speed. But anyway,
yeah.
that's a long term thing. I feel like we would be much more dynamic. Like it would do wonders for us. But we'll see what Mitchell can do. Thoughts on Tom Brady?
I mean, honestly, it's like I'm just glad he's not going to the Super Bowl because that honestly was getting boring. Like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl every single year was pretty boring, and obviously it's respect to the GOAT, all that. But it's
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm bored of your greatness. It's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we don't know if
you
he's
know,
retired for sure, but
yeah, I know, but it's like, bro, just please, like, I don't want to see another Super Bowl with you in it.
yeah.
Um, what do you think about the way the Rams got on them last week?
I didn't even watch that game really like that. I really should have gone
It
back
was
and
bro, it was just interesting though how like before that game you were hearing rumors about him retiring right before the game. So it's like damn, like I don't know, I just feel like that, and they came out and just was getting blown out. I'm like, what was what was it's just weird. But what you say you didn't have no thoughts on it?
No, I mean, I didn't really watch the game like that, so I can't comment on it too much about how they came out against him. I feel like they've had a lot of turmoil, some injuries. It doesn't seem like things are, this season didn't go like last season. It wasn't like a mojo season. There was a lot of, down the road injuries and like the AB situation, Bruce Arians hitting a player on the head. It's not like a big deal, but I feel like it just kind of, there's some things like some cracks there that were going on. It seemed like that's the energy that I felt from watching that team from afar. But, Tom Brady, I think to me, selfishly, I'm like, man, another destination for Jimmy G. Honestly, like another destination potential for Jimmy G. And like at the end of the day, what that does, you can feel whatever you want to feel about it, but it does increase value, because there's supply and demand. And it's like once that demand goes up for everything, the value is just
Yeah,
intrinsically
bro.
a
We
little
need
bit
we
higher.
need like we need a I don't want to say high, but we need a first.
I think we should do a package. Like we should trade our seconds for like Jimmy G and like or we should trade Jimmy G in like a second or Jimmy G in a third for like a
Well,
first
first,
round pick and like a fourth or something like that, where it's like
yeah.
less easy to see like the direct value, you know what I'm saying? But overall, like we would have a first round pick that we can trade back, you know, and get more picks from that. But I just feel like that'd be good for us to have. But at the same time, like I feel like we do well with the lower draft picks. So I would want the higher draft pick to be able to maybe trade back, but I'm fine with
Hey,
not
hey.
taking the first round.
So what do you think about, man? Like talking about, because we just talking about how you talking about right now. It's like your mind is instantly like basically get rid of him. Like you're just get rid of him, and it's like damn, man. So we just getting rid of Jim. There, is there any appreciation towards Jimmy G?
I didn't.
I'm asking you. I'm asking
Yeah,
you. I'm not
of yeah, I definitely have appreciation for Jimmy G. He is the
two
guy
brother.
who helped bridge us to where we are. You know, say what you want to say, but he made us believers. You know, he made us relevant again. He helped us. All these guys, these vets on this team, like what is Kittle without Jimmy G? What are all these guys without Jimmy G? You know, like I just feel like he's a huge integral part of this era of 49er football, the Shanahan era, and you know, like I think a lot of us wanted more. A lot of us are super happy. He's been the most divisive player. It seems like, you know, quarterbacks are always going to be divisive, but he's been very much so that way. And you know, I feel like I've seen enough. I've seen who he is. So I would like to move on. But even if we're able to win the Super Bowl and he comes back for a year, like you know, I'm not gonna go crazy. Like again, like I would disagree with that decision, but the regime has gotten enough equity with me where I'm gonna trust what they do. And if they think Trey Lance needs to sit and they want to make sure that like they want to be fragile and sensitive and respect the energy of the locker room and how things might go if we do end up moving on from Jimmy G and they think it's best that he comes back again, I'm fine with that. But if we don't win the Super Bowl and he still comes back, man, I have a big problem with that. But I'll still trust the regime. But I do feel like, like Trey Lance is 21 years old. I mean, look at the quarterbacks in right now. Like Joe Burrow, it's his second year. He's, I think, 25 or 26 years old. I mean, just that matters, bro. Like that is perspective. I think Trey Lance, from what we've seen, he's ready. I want to take advantage of the rookie scale and be able to get some other free agents and make some other moves for our team while we have Trey Lance under contract. I feel like if we don't do that, then we're not getting the full value of the trade that we made and getting a guy like Trey Lance. But at the same time, like everything is individual. Every situation is individual. So I definitely feel like it's, you look at what happened with Aaron Rodgers, man. Like I know it's like a once in a blue moon example, and everybody's kind of zagging with like these young quarterbacks, starting early. But everybody, and maybe it makes more sense for us to zig in that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's zagging in terms of being a passing offense, and everything's dedicated around the pass game, and we're zigging in the way that we run the ball. What's wrong with going against the grain? Like just because everybody's doing it this way, it doesn't mean that's the way it has to be done. So even if Trey Lance has to sit for 2 years, it's not going to be the worst thing ever. I won't be like, I won't go crazy, but I want to see Trey play. And but yeah, in terms of your question about Jimmy, I feel like, hey man, the perspective on Jimmy is going to change greatly depending on what happens in the next 3 weeks.
Man, he been hot topic, man. Hot topic. What you think about the whole Mina Kimes Jeff Garcia thing?
I mean, I think my opinion, and I'll try to offer something fresh on this, because I know a lot of faithful. Look, we all regurgitate the information. We know what the opinions are. Like, of course, my I think fresh opinion on it is that I think Jeff Garcia is trying to be relevant. I feel like it was. I feel like it was more of a Jeff Garcia trying to be irrelevant than it was like him making an attack on Mina. It definitely was like an attack on her because there's plenty of people who haven't played the game that break down all the time who have said similar things about Jimmy. Come on now, like there's been plenty of things like that have gone around. I more so feel like it was Jeff just trying to like, oh, she said something. Let me like make this point, and hell, people are gonna back me up on this. And I think some faithful out there probably were like in the comments, like, yeah, Jeff, like say it right. It's all about Jeff. Like, nah, bro. Like any sane fan, I think like that was too much for sure. It's because he was making an attack on her, like because she hasn't played and stuff. And I always take we've talked about this topic before about like people who haven't played the game breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? We had a comment here. Let me bring this up because Tavarius said that Mina was right. She said everything every other analyst had been saying. Exactly. She's been saying what a lot of people have been saying. I'm not going to say every analyst. There's other side too, where people feel like Jimmy G is a driving force. And, I feel like people are so polarizing, but there definitely is a gray area because people feel this way and people feel that way. But there are, to your point, Tavarius, other analysts who have definitely said these similar sentiments, and not only said these similar sentiments, but I was going to actually talk about on this episode how many analogies have we heard about Jimmy G? Like, there's been
Hey,
some
but check this out.
outrageous.
But check this out. Just to play devil's advocate, that one went. I feel like that one was the most viral. Comparing it the school project thing, I feel like that one was the most viral on a national stage.
I mean, I had to think about it, off the top of my head and really think about. I'm sure Nick Wright said. I mean, yeah, maybe it was the most viral,
No,
but other people have
yeah,
said
that's
that.
what I'm
So yeah,
saying. Like Nick,
maybe you're
I
saying
don't know what Nick Wrightson said. I mean, I'm sure they've said something.
maybe you're saying he's commenting on it because. But I guess that goes back to my point. I don't think he was making an attack on Mina as much as he was just trying to be relevant. Let's be honest. Jeff Garcia. I mean, we have different opinions on this because I think we've talked about this before, but I really enjoy the team that NBC Sports has with the post game and pregame breakdown right now. I really enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy hearing Dante Whitner. I thoroughly enjoy hearing Joe Staley. I think Takeo
Bro, I
Spence.
like Jeff Garcia, man. He's funny
Yeah,
to me.
I don't. He may be funny to you, but Jeff
He's
Garcia, he
entertaining.
always to me, he always like. I'm just. We have a podcast, bro. We go at it. We just be shooting the shit. Like I struggle with saying some things. So there's words that come to my mind that I can't get out. Like you can grade me how you want to grade me as a listener of the show compared to other shows and how articulate I am, my communication skills, whatever. You can do that if you want. Like that's fair game. But when somebody's on national TV, like Jeff Garcia, I know he has credentials being a former player and all those sort of things, but I just always felt he was kind of pretentious on the air, and I feel like he always struggled with kind of getting his thoughts out. I'm not sure exactly what happened with him leaving. I think it was probably a situation where, hey, we have an opportunity to bring on Joe Staley. We're good. That's the vibe I get from it. Like they moved on from him.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know the details.
Garcia seems like he has a little,
Grudge,
kind of like
grudge.
like obviously like a temper, like
Yes, a temper and a grudge, and he's had that. Like it
a
seems
little
like he was
chip on his back. Like
it seems like he was mad. The 49ers didn't, reach out to us to help Kaepernick with, quarterbacking, whatever.
right,
He went to
right.
Kurt Warner or whatever the case, or that Kaepernick went to Kurt Warner. It seems that he was upset about potentially not being on Shanahan's staff. It seems like he was upset. Like I get that vibe from Jeff Garcia. So him making those comments to me was more so like, hey, look at me. Let me like make this comment on something and really go viral on social media myself. And this is the way I'm going to do it. Like but to me, it was in poor taste. It was a poor decision. And he's probably ignorant to how he looks. I think he's very ignorant to how he looks.
He was on the. Did you hear? He was on the game, and he got so mad on the game that he hung up.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he was like on. They was asking him about it, and like they kind of was pressing him, and he was like, "Oh, look, are we gonna talk about the game? Like, I'm tired of talking about this Mina Kimes thing." And they like, "Jeff, we told you we was gonna talk about this." He's like, well, "Look, guys, I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of this crap. I'm not a sexist." And then he just like hung up.
Yeah,
But
the louder you say it, the more true it is. So that's always a great method of strategies when you're in.
I ain't gonna say it's sexist, bro.
I'm not, bro. I'm not saying he's sexist. I'm just saying like if your argument is I'm not a racist, I'm not a sexist.
I'm saying because people is calling me that.
Feel that you're not like that's not how you do it. So
I know, no, yeah, but it's like I'm just looking at it from his perspective, and I'm just saying like people are calling him that, people are
because of what you said. It's not like the people like you're just unfairly being criticized and stuff. I understand. I just broke down how I felt like he wasn't trying to be sexist or he wasn't even trying to attack Mina. He was more so doing something self-serving for himself to go viral. That's how I interpret it. But regardless, you made those comments. You're gonna have to respond. You're gonna have to attest for that. You know what I'm saying? Like so to me. I just feel like I'm not surprised that he responded that way on the interview. I didn't even see it, so I can't even comment too much on it. But I mean, getting louder and hanging up the phone, it's not really going to put it to bed. You're going to have to respond to what people are saying. That's what comes with the territory. You should know that.
Yeah, man.
So those are my thoughts on it, though. But
Jimmy G, the divisive Jimmy G.
I mean,
divisive Jimmy G.
I mean.
People getting in real fights over this, not real debates, real battles. People really don't like each other because it's Jimmy G, which is crazy point. It's like people really will not like a person because of their opinion on this quarterback. Yeah. And then they get into it gets all into other. Now we talking about sexist shit. We gonna start talking about racist. We gonna start talking about all this shit just because of Jimmy G.
Absolutely. All right. Well, if you don't have any other, let's see. There was the Harbaugh potentially Minnesota Vikings. Just putting that on the radar. We thought it was going to be Vegas.
Man, hopefully, man, we need D'Amico to stay one more year because I heard that was like a spot that the Vikings. I heard that was like a real potential landing spot.
Yeah. It looks like Mike McDaniel is pretty much going to be the coach of Miami. Like that's almost pretty much a done deal. I saw reports that it was down to 3 coaches, and one of them is already taken, with the Giants taking Dable, which that was a surprise hiring for me. I just didn't see that one coming. But the Giants got Dable, and so it seems like Mike McDaniel's. I am shocked, bro. I remember at the beginning press conferences, and I even made a video. If you remember, I might even be in here. I remember I made a video.
Hey, you was hating on bruh.
I wasn't hating. I was simply saying that
you were saying bruh is hella not articulate.
Yes, which was a fact. I was saying the way that he spoke was so. I was like, man, like it's gonna be hard to get a head coaching job and the communication skills required for that, and he's gonna be a head coach. It looks like so.
Bro, people love his communication skills.
Say again.
People love his communication skills.
For an offensive coordinator, I just think it's different when you're the head coach. Like, imagine if you're a Dolphins fan and you have a 2-7 start, and he's at the podium.
Yeah. Well, then they're gonna hate it. But if they have a 7-1 start,
I'm saying, let's say they get off to a rocky start, and he has to it's just gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be I don't know. I wish him all the success. And it was funny because you never know how big those things matter. The assistant coaches. We've had a lot of guys taken away. But yeah, man. And in terms of the Bengals Chief game, I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on that one. I just feel like they're at home, and it's a lot of obstacles for Joe Burrow to overcome. 9 sacks.
The Bengals, they gotta prove that they can. I mean, even they did literally just beat them, but they gotta like, you gotta take that. You gotta take that away. You can't
I do feel like, I'm not gonna lie, like I am hoping for Chiefs Niners. I feel like the Chiefs are the tougher matchup, but I just don't feel like I want revenge. We laughed so much at the revenge tour, and it's like literally this is the revenge tour. I couldn't. It's like I don't know what else to say, bro. We're Jimmy G, like it was a year late, but this is literally the revenge tour. We are on it right now.
Man, I feel you. I don't give a damn who we play. I just want to get. This game. That's all I care about, man. Is tomorrow at 3, whatever time it is. That's all I care about, man. We should just go. We should just stay on until tomorrow. Go 24 hours on this shit.
I'm with it, man. I gotta leave right now. I gotta pick up Shawty, but appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. Everybody who's in the comment section, everybody who can like and subscribe, really appreciate it. We just gotta be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Going into this off season, whether that's going to be Monday, whether that's going to be 2 weeks from now, whatever, it's coming. It's definitely coming to a close within the next 3 weeks, and we're going to be on to that off season. So we're looking forward to figuring out ways that we can improve the podcast, improve different things on the back end. But at the end of the day, it's just us shooting the shit, chopping it up, talking this Niner talk, with family. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Not only me and JB, but everybody who's tapping in. So we appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can follow us at 49x365. My name is Biamechi, and as always, I'm with JB.
We out. Hey, Faithful, stand up, baby.
Let's get this win. We'll tap in with y'all tomorrow if we can, make that happen. We appreciate all y'all, and like that, we're gonna sign out. I'm looking for the outro, scrambling for this, but I'm gonna get that. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all. We'll probably go on sometime tomorrow. We'll send a notification on Twitter, so definitely tap in. Peace.